start this off by saying, because I'm a man of my word.
Do you want to do like an intro or something?
I just want to say fuck Train, because I'm a man of my word.
Who is that?
The band?
No. Fuck Train. That's a good band name, though.
I think that is a band.
Train is, I think.
Yeah.
No, it's a guy
Train
we
is.
know. It's a guy we know. He was talking shit. So I told him I'd say...
So fuck an intro.
Yeah.
Welcome to P3, dog.
Yeah,
Damn, you just put him on there. Fucking should have paid you some shit to get on our shit.
Nah. He's also my realtor, so I'm sure he'll get back at me somehow.
That's not a good thing.
Why are
not
you
a
saying
good-
fuck your realtor?
Because he's an asshole, okay? Let's go.
I'm not going to comment.
No. We're going to cut all that out, though.
No, we're not. That's actually staying in. This is Purple Pill Phenomena. Let's start this. So what do we have today, Justin?
I don't know. You guys want to talk about Gary Webb today?
Thinking about it.
Gary Webb.
Sounds like a good way to
Iran
kick off
Contra.
our true crime. You know, little mix of conspiracy in there. Well, I don't think this one's really a
Yeah,
conspiracy.
this
but-
one is zero conspiracy.
Well, I mean, they've never been proven
well, no, because all
to
this
be
shit's-
associated.
Well, all this is public knowledge at this point. It's all been declassified. So all the information we have on it now is what actually happened.
Where can you find the leaked files?
You can go to CIA.org. You can find.
You also find all this in the National Archives as well.
I got a question too. I was a little confused on this. This was known as the Iran Contra, correct?
Yes.
Because I keep hearing them name another Contra.
Huh?
The Nicaragua Contra. They keep saying that.
Okay, so the thing is now Google who the Contra is. The Contra is a revolutionary group of what's his name? Anastasio Somoza. He used to be the dictator of Nicaragua, right? So the Sandinista National Liberation Sandinista National Liberation Front overthrew them in what is known
And they
as
were
the
they were
Nicaragua.
communist,
Yes,
right?
yes. This is the Nicaraguan Revolution of '79.
Oh, okay. And they said that a lot of the times that the United States would back more of a conservative view, rebel groups, because they were back then they were against communism. Well, they still are to this day, but totally against communism.
Who is?
United States.
Oh,
that's
fuck.
why we.
Dude, that's
that's why
bullshit.
we were given guns and money and all that. You know,
Well, see that
to the other side.
the whole left wing, right wing thing doesn't make sense when you're looking at it in the light of Iran Contra, because when people think right wing, it's typically guns, God, small government. But Anastasio Somoza, who was basically what we're talking about is us setting up proxy governments in other countries, just like what we've been doing in the Middle East, just like what Israel is. And Israel is a major player in all of this because they were our middlemen, so we didn't get caught up with it was like a legal loophole is what the CIA was working through to do all this. Did I answer your question?
Pretty much.
So,
And Gary Webb is at the forefront of this whole deal, right? He was the one that kind of shed it to light.
Yeah,
years. It was years after the fact. So, all this had been going on, I think, since like 1979, right?
I think he might be pretty good to bring up today, don't you think?
Yeah, Gary Webb is the reason why we know about all this, or we knew about it so early.
Yeah, he was talking about it, bringing it to light at late 70s.
Yeah.
Late 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, it already been this train was already full steam ahead by the time Gary Webb even found this shit, and he found it by accident. He had got contacted by this woman whose husband was arrested for cocaine charges, and he had all his shit taken by the government. So he was researching asset forfeiture. He was a journalist. He was writing a piece about asset forfeiture. This lady had found it, contacted him because that's what happened to her and her husband because he got busted for cocaine.
Yeah, his name was like something Conejo.
Yeah, something.
But yeah,
there's a lot of names
He was actually
So-
he was investigating that asset forfeiture program that was in California,
Yeah.
where they could basically, if they just
If you're guilty of a crime, the government
no,
can
not
seize
even
all your
guilty.
shit.
If they have reason to believe that you are a drug trafficker, they can take all your assets, your house, your car, your money, everything,
Well,
without
proof.
even being charged of a crime.
Right.
Isn't that RICO? Is that what it's called?
But I think RICO is just like if you're associated
Oh, okay.
with an organization.
I'm not
right?
even sure what you guys are talking about.
The RICO laws.
I don't know about that.
Oh, I might be wrong on that.
But
But no, the program was called Asset Forfeiture Program. So it was done in Northern California.
well, now it's everywhere.
Freeway Ricky Ross got caught up in that too. Yeah. I bet y'all know about him.
Freeway was actually getting all his cocaine from almost directly from the Contras. He had a man in the Contras he was getting all his blow through.
And Freeway Ricky Ross is not the rapper.
No.
Just to make that clear, that man stole his name, and still to this day,
And-
I don't
and
think
won-
he's
and won a
receiving-
legal battle for
received
the-
anything for it. Has he?
Yeah, he won
Did he
in
win?
court.
I remember
Yeah.
he was on Joe Rogan.
So
and-
the fake Rick Ross won essentially the rights to Rick
Yeah,
Ross's
that's-
actual
that's what I
name.
thought.
No shit. I
Yeah.
did not know that.
Yeah,
Fuck
this
that
happened
guy.
some time ago too.
I didn't know that.
It was like right after he had gotten out of prison, he lawyered up and
Yeah, contacted him.
yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But
Yeah, Freeway Ricky Ross is, I mean, he was making millions of dollars.
yeah, this is where crack came from.
Yeah.
Well, no,
It was
no.
called Ready Rock back then.
This is when crack exploded in South Central LA.
Yeah.
And
But crack originally came from Peru, right?
Peru, like back in the early 1900s.
Yeah,
well, I mean, that's what the whole operation was about, right? The whole
cocaine.
was cocaine. And I mean,
Well,
that's
yeah,
what spiked.
but
the
now see,
whole
this is
epidemic
where
with-
this is where the actual researchers and legal experts and all this other stuff come in, is because they aren't necessarily saying that the CIA is directly responsible for the drug epidemic in Los Angeles at the time. And that's what Gary Webb was saying in a way. He really wasn't, but that's how he had been brought into the situation, so that was just kind of his bias, because all these black neighborhoods are being overrun with crack, and this crack is essentially coming from CIA-backed
right.
drug smuggling, because
Right.
the
It was
CIA
all CIA.
wasn't really doing it directly, and especially what's his name, Barry Seal. If you consider Barry Seal, which Tom Cruise was just in a movie, I think it's called American Me, right?
No,
No?
not American Me. Hell no. American Me's classic, dog. What you talking about?
No, I don't know. I can't remember the name of the
No,
movie.
American Me's about fucking Mexican mafia.
I think
Oh,
it does
prison.
have American in it though.
Something. You
But
know
it-
what I'm talking about.
It's where
right?
he was a pilot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tom Cruise played Barry Seal in this movie.
yeah.
That
That dude was wild, man. He used to fly in like a small airport up in the mountains to ship.
had
back and
cameras all
forth.
on his plane and was taking pictures and sending them back to the CIA, because this is where a lot of people get confused, is because like the CIA agents or the CIA officers, people in the CIA we tend to think of with the suits, the sunglasses, the badges, those are technically CIA officers. Okay, the difference between an officer and an agent is contracted by the CIA. So he's just a hired gun, and he's technically a CIA agent. So he works for the CIA, just under contract, like a mercenary.
So like they're the ones with all the like combat training.
Yeah, they're basically all the ones out in the field doing all the dirty work. But
right, but they also contract other people to different places, right? Like they put people into powerful positions.
oh yeah,
right?
yeah,
And they're contracted out into those positions, because most, and I know when the CIA first began, it was the OSS, right?
mhm, I think so.
And people thought they were going to work for, like, you know, the White House, the government, and the day before find out that they're actually finding out they're working for the CIA. Didn't even know what it meant at the time. You know what I mean? Like, so that's
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is kind of unrelated, but same. It's related. Green Berets are actually trained to like go in and overthrow governments and reestablish governments. Just
Okay,
put
now
that out there.
just a reminder: Austin is a military vet, so
Yes, sir.
he's the only one in the room who is a veteran, and he's saying this.
Yep.
That's great. I didn't know that about them.
Yeah,
I
Tim
didn't know
Kennedy
that
talks
either.
about it all the time. I
Yeah,
don't know if you guys know who Tim Kennedy is.
Yeah,
But let's get back to CIA.
Shout out to Tim Kennedy, bad motherfucker. So after the whole freeway and him investigating that California program, that's pretty much when he got into the whole investigation on the Nicaraguan Contra, right?
yes, because the guy who got busted,
Yeah, that one chick's husband.
that got busted whenever he was doing the asset forfeiture,
Yeah.
through one way or another, he ended up coming upon this Oscar De Niro Blandon, which is a Nicaraguan drug smuggler.
When I was listening to this shit, I was trying to write down that name so many times and just kept forgetting
Dude.
it.
Like, guys, there's so many fucking...
There's so many people involved.
There's so many people involved that I have 3 pages of notes, and I am fairly positive I fucked up at least 4 of these names.
We apologize in advance.
Yeah, right.
Not really.
So, yeah, not really.
Not really.
Fuck it. You guys know what I'm
if
saying.
you're fucking listening to us, man, that's your own choice.
If you go and you read Dark Alliance and all these other books that have been published about it, then that's ultimately what we want. If you even want to learn about this, it's really interesting because there's a paper trail for everything. So everything, this whole Iran Contra thing, that no presidents, vice presidents, advisors, nobody really went down for this. I think there was more cops in LA that got prosecuted because of this, and obviously like drug users and everybody involved like that. But as far as the legal system goes, there was more cops that were prosecuted for trying to do the right thing about this than there was actually political officials, CIA officers, and super high ups. So it's crazy.
There was one, I believe, he even claimed to be working with the CIA
Yeah.
police officer, but then went back and retracted and said that he just said that because it was a benefit to his security company or something like that.
So Yvonne Torrance told an undercover cop, an undercover DEA agent, because this is when... You guys want to get into the history of this? Or, I mean, we're just talking about Gary Webb and his relation and what he found out. And you got to keep in mind that that was social suicide. It was social suicide in the aspect of he was demonized by literally every media outlet.
Yeah.
And he was an investigative journalist, so
New York
literally it
Times,
was the
Washington
entire...
Post, all of them smear.
Yeah, was just smearing him for years until all this shit came to light.
Which just shows
Yeah, they actually
how
let him-
intertwined that stuff really is.
They let him go from the company he was working for, right? Or did he quit?
No, they...
I think they let him go.
I
And he
think
was there
they
for like
kept,
9 years.
I think he kept demoting him until he just...
Yeah.
Oh, no, they transferred him.
Him, yeah.
And then he quit from there.
transferred him like 140 miles away from his home.
Yeah.
So he called him sick a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would too.
Understandable.
Yeah. To the
But,
point where they wouldn't let him do any investigational research or anything like that. So he was just like, there's nothing. He at one point, I believe he actually asked himself, what am I doing my life's work for at this point? And so that ultimately made him quit, and he ended up writing the Dark Alliance.
Dark Alliance, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they asked him too, I remember in an interview, if he'd ever go back to journalism, and he said that he'd prefer writing books. So he seemed to be happy doing that.
I mean, you don't have to deal with the scrutiny of
The public. Well, I guess you still do.
and
On the book-
well,
on the book.
scrutiny of people and
Yeah.
in general, I guess, especially when you're telling on,
So yeah, man. So he got into that whole deal, and
Yeah, he basically found out about Blandone, and through other public records, Blandone had already been caught by the CEA for drug trafficking. In his whenever they were investigating him, whenever they were questioning him and stuff, he basically was like, "Yeah, the CIA knows about it. Who you think hooked me up?"
He spilled the beans.
And they let him go. So there's public record of that, of them arresting him and all this other shit. Well, and then it just snowballs from there. Because why would the CIA let this known drug trafficker from Nicaragua just walk out the front door? And then that's when we get into the Contras.
why would they, Justin?
Well,
Why?
because he was a CIA agent. And that goes back to when we were talking about the difference between an agent and an officer. He was indirectly, I'm not even going to say indirectly because he's working for the CIA. Now, he was doing all the dirty work for the CIA because the CIA had to keep a certain distance and not get their hands dirty at the same time to negate backlash for if this ever came to light in our own country, which it did, and they still got away with it.
What happened?
They still got away with it.
Yeah. You know what I think is funny? That the CIA doesn't have to release certain information dealing with certain situations.
Yeah.
I find that kind of
well, especially in this case, because that's when they
Publicly
found
funded.
out about it.
but yet not publicly transparent.
Is because there was an agreement between the Attorney General and the head of the CIA. I can't remember if it was the Attorney General, but somebody that if they ever found out about this, there was going to be no investigation. And this is actually all recorded, them talking about it, because whenever they were being, what's going on? You good? Let's see here. The Inspector General stated in congressional hearing that they didn't have to report findings on drug trafficking to Justice Department. And this all kind of blew open. Congressional hearings started happening. This is when John Kerry and Maxine Waters get involved. This is like the only good thing those two fucks ever did. So they were really and Nancy Pelosi too. I think it was all publicity for the most part. When we're talking about this objectively, it's just a PR stunt because the just natural way the government is, right?
Keep fighting
Right.
each other.
Here's some drama for you to watch on TV and read in your newspapers. It's just another means of distraction. But anyways,
And especially with this story, right?
oh, dude,
Because it's all about mainstream media and the government being
Yeah,
There-
because
there
mainstream
should have been
media didn't
heads-
want to report on it.
exactly.
well, they were only reporting what the government was saying.
Yeah.
And as soon as the government started saying that this was happening, that's when
Yeah,
all the media
It's
started saying
until-
this was happening.
It's until the government releases what
And
they've
They've
wanna
been
tell you.
attacking Gary Webb for years at this point for saying all this, and now they're reporting the same fucking thing. Literally thousands of articles a week were being printed.
And what do we know about big corporate media?
But isn't that the whole reason?
They have owners.
Thanks, Ted Turner.
The whole reason CIA was created in the first place.
Yeah.
Was to
Hey,
push and
George Bush Sr.,
pull-
who was vice president
Guess
during
they're
all this.
intelligence, right? What are they? What's their
Propaganda.
slogan? Intelligence. God, I can't remember their slogan. I'll look
can't
that up.
either.
It's probably some lizard shit.
Who created the CIA? I can't remember.
Reagan,
The
right?
president, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Reagan.
Yeah.
It was
No.
1951.
No, it was
I
Reagan.
believe. It was
Yeah.
the OSS before that, and then
Yeah, Reagan was the one.
It was Reagan?
yeah, I believe so. I believe so.
Because I thought Reagan was a fucking actor.
I don't write things down, but
Yeah, but
Well, he
he's
was.
still president at the time.
Yeah, but he didn't create the CIA.
Oh no, he didn't create.
Google
no,
I thought it was
George
Harry S.
Bush
Truman.
was previously head of CIA, but he didn't create it. I think the CIA was created because of
Yeah, Harry S. Truman.
Harry S. Truman, and that was because of
Don't fucking listen to me.
JFK,
Yeah,
right?
Say again.
Yeah, it was founded in 1947.
Okay, well, JFK wasn't assassinated till fucking 20 years later, so I guess that answers that. Anyways,
But
where were
that's-
we at?
But that's the whole reason that the CIA was created, right? Was to push propaganda, right?
I believe so.
Penetrate, manipulate,
Penetration,
events.
Probably a mixture of things.
Well, yeah.
just a bunch of assholes, man.
Or they'll like prop up certain countries and, divide and
Yeah, well, at this time, what they were trying to do is they were trying to fund that Contra.
Office of Strategic Services is what it was prior to the CIA.
But they were trying to fund that side. Even then, their big fight to end communism was, their goal. So supposedly they were funding these guys through drug money, basically.
Well, it's not supposedly.
Well,
That's what makes this story so juicy.
I know, but I think that's what I'm confused on. Even I guess we'll talk about that at the end, but after we get more information on it. But it's kind of confusing on what's real and what's not, and what's been proven and what's not proven.
Now, from everything I've listened to, really the only differences are the motivation behind it. Were they purposefully pushing a drug pandemic or epidemic and starting it in South Central LA on purpose, or was it just a byproduct of trying to make extra money to fund the Contras, which was in air quotes, right-wing revolutionary group that supported the Somoza family that was overthrown in '79 in the Nicaraguan Revolution.
Truman did create the CIA too.
sounds like
He's a bitch. Actually, we're real close to where areas Truman lived. I used to live right down the street.
Crazy fact,
Yeah.
I'm actually related to his wife.
Oh, no shit. I didn't mean to disrespect your family like that, bro.
Yeah, that's fucked up, bro.
He's like, I don't mean to disrespect your family like that.
I said fuck him for the atomic bombs, but I'll watch my mouth. He could drop bombs. I'll watch my mouth.
nah, fuck that dude, bro.
Yeah, fuck that.
Be real about it.
He's an asshole.
Zena, shush.
That's funny.
Anyways, what were we talking about? The Contras.
Yeah, bro, they're getting funded.
So really, they wanted the Contras back in place so that they can continue having a proxy government in South America for the drug trade. So weapons, drugs, all this other shit, because that's what Barry Seal kind of broke open whenever he started coming out about all this shit, was that he went down there, or he came back with drugs, and then when he got back to South America, he did a swap. So he dropped off drugs, they loaded his plane with crates, he looked in the crates, and there was guns in the crates. So it's all a weapons, drug trafficking ring through dozens of governments, literally. And Nicaragua was one of the main ports for drugs. And that's why Nicaragua was so important to the CIA.
Yeah, I also heard that the CIA were basically the creators of that Contra, right?
No.
I thought they were funding them.
Well, they were, but they were, like I was saying earlier, is that they were supporters of Anastasio Somoza, then the Somoza family dynasty, because they had ruled.
What would the CIA's end game being if they did purposely plan the crack pandemic? Crap.
The crap pandemic.
Was a crappy pandemic.
That's my question.
Sounds
What would their
familiar,
end game
doesn't it?
be? If it wasn't just to make money, what would the other reason be?
Because it's just having control in foreign countries, essentially, while they're making money, and therefore acquiring favors and
Creating overpopulated prisons.
right. I
Also,
mean,
kind of like blackmail a little bit.
oh, of course,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Because so I don't really think it was necessarily on purpose, but it was just like
A byproduct.
right. They just saw an opportunity to grow their drug empire.
And lock a bunch of fucking people up.
for doing the exact same thing. Actually,
Mainly
a lot of that
people.
time, you got to think how much of how much of that of those drugs were these people arrested for that came directly from the CIA's hands, essentially.
Yeah, when they were arresting people, it was mainly African Americans.
Yeah,
They were the ones getting the fucking 20
now was
lifetime sentences.
because
fucked up.
they were getting cocaine, and nobody can figure out how poor black neighborhoods were where all these hotspots for drug use originated at. And they're like, oh, somebody said it. They're like, oh, there's no way that's possible because there's no way they can afford cocaine. Well, Rick Ross is making Ready Rock.
Cocaine's a white person drug.
Yeah,
back in that
exactly.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, the drug that they
Right.
were getting fucking
Why aren't
probation and shit for.
rich white neighborhoods suffering from
What was the ratio for cocaine versus crack? Because it was like way worse for crack for the
In the sentence served.
sentences.
There was
I think
people
so,
getting
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
20-year sentences just right off the bat,
Yeah.
Well, wasn't Kamala Harris and Joe Biden that came up with
the jungles.
the jungles
they're both fucking
Under
racist
Clinton?
as shit.
and made so like a quarter size of crack and a helicopter full is the same sentence? I'm pretty
don't
sure
know.
they did, yeah.
Damn.
I can't think of what that bill was. It was in like 1994.
Oh,
Crime bill.
1994
Yeah, the crime bill.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There was a lot of shitty
Biden.
stuff in there.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
Hell yeah. Come on, man.
That was when they banned AR-15s too, I believe. But
That's
yeah,
a whole thing.
so yeah, it definitely did affect more minority communities. Everything.
But to get back to Austin's question, I think it was more of they knew it was going to happen because obviously crack is super addictive, and they just let it happen.
Do you think it was a race thing, or do you think it was a combination of maybe racism, money? What do you think?
I think it kind of just fed the system.
Well, yeah,
The
because
system fed itself.
now.
But why did they believe those?
But now,
areas
now
would
they have
feed
a
the system?
reason. Now they have a reason with all these new drug laws for the war on drugs. Was fucking Ronald Reagan's Nancy
Just say no. to
Nancy
drugs.
Reagan? Yeah, she started the Just Say No campaign. Meanwhile, her husband, this brings in Ronald Reagan, was not only suffering from fucking dementia, so that was the CIA was using that to their advantage, and through that was George Bush Sr., who was his vice president, used to be head of CIA.
Do you know how much that war on drugs cost the United States?
I'm looking at $1 trillion
Bro, that's insane.
of nothing.
Yeah.
Wow.
But,
is
I
I
that-
wonder how much of that went missing.
Oh, I'm sure there was. Sure there was a good
So,
amount.
but that was a good reason for them to further erode our rights as well. They were also hitting on that front because with all these new drug laws, we're having more criminals. That means we needed more prisons, and that means we needed to hire more guards, and that means we needed to raise taxes. And meanwhile, we're making more laws, making more things illegal. So now more people are guilty of breaking the law. And therefore, it snowballs into what we have, the police state.
Yeah. And those laws are, creating more
Yeah.
criminals.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So what are we talking about when it comes to
How do you feel on that?
what?
The whole drug war? What's your thoughts on it?
I think if you want
Pretty
to
much
smoke
all
crack,
of-
you should be able to smoke crack as long as you're not
Yeah.
fucking hurting anybody.
Yeah.
But the thing, crackheads are crazy, so I don't know about.
My body,
I
my
wouldn't
choice.
smoke.
What?
I wouldn't recommend smoking crack. But
My body, my choice.
yeah,
Sort of.
if some crackhead attacks me and I shoot him, am I gonna go
But
down
that's
for
just
that?
because he attacked you, not because of the crack, right?
It's probably gonna
Combination
and
of both.
where we live. It's gonna be a white crackhead, so don't think that's racist or nothing. So,
Few missing teeth.
dude, there's a lot of. It's not crack around here though.
Yeah.
It's all it's a whole new thing. But what were we talking about? So did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. No, what last I left off on Nicaragua was it being a central port
For
smuggling
guns and drugs.
Yeah. Now there was the Contra was also being funded by like I think 24 other countries, Taiwan and all sorts of countries. I don't know. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
But
To do what?
to basically
Take back over the country, right?
well now we see a common effort amongst all these different countries to fund revolutionary groups.
Mm-hmm.
And that could also expand into the potential Illuminati conversation too. Because if we have these dark, these black agencies, and by black I mean, top secret, doing all this top secret work in other countries, even like Austin said, the Green Berets, that's open. Green Berets are even saying this shit.
Yep.
That they were
That's what
trained to
they
do
do.
this shit. So, yeah.
See, I told you the CIA did give $50,000 to the training and arming of the Contras in 1981,
Yeah, that was in 81, dude. There
which
was,
was eventually followed up by millions more once the CIA secured funding for their operation.
I think we ended up paying like 12 million altogether. And now the CIA
Who
says,
ended up winning that war? I'm guessing who we funded. Because wasn't it a whole funding of a whole, the war of getting rid of communism, like we discussed earlier?
well, I don't know. I couldn't tell you who's in charge of Nicaragua. I
Well-
mean, I really didn't know much about all this. I mean, I had heard it like passively,
Yeah.
but I never really knew the story on it. But now where Iran comes in, this is when it gets real fucking juicy. Because this is when, Reagan starts getting tangled up because at that time, Hezbollah, which was a terrorist organization, had a bunch of American hostages. So Israel was middled the deal to sell Iran arms and
Exchange for
use the
drugs.
profits to fund the cartel, all while smuggling drugs to fund the Contras as well. That's what they said. That's what all this document says.
Everybody
Who really
was scratching
knows?
each other's backs.
Well, see, that's the
Jesus
fucking
Christ.
thing is it's a big club, and all this shit is actually going on. And this was in the fucking 80s.
Yeah.
Imagine, I mean, look at what's going on in the Middle East, and
Yeah, Bin Laden played a big thing in that too.
oh
didn't
yeah.
he? Yeah.
It was the same thing. It was just another proxy government, just somewhere else in the world, for us to, we're gonna get you guys going, and therefore you do as we say. So we're just the Roman Empire. This is where the Roman Empire comes back in. We're using the same methods as the Roman Empire, and that's where York comes in. I had talked about that on a previous episode, where we get New York and everything from. I mean, you can type it in right now. York, England was established by the Romans in some 1600 or, no, it was way before that. But yeah, we're just setting up hubs to work out of. We make people rich and powerful and they'll do whatever they want, right? Or what we want.
Yeah.
And I think that's the whole concept. It's just when it comes to Iran-Contra, it's proven. There's no more conspiracy theory anymore because we don't need to theorize. I do have a theory that the CIA was funding Hezbollah. So they took the prisoners on CIA orders because they knew Reagan was going to work out this arms deal to get the hostages back. So that was them getting Reagan's consent to do the deal because they knew Reagan was going to do it if it was to save American lives. And that's exactly what happened.
Hey, York, you were talking about,
Yeah.
founded by the ancient Romans.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it says it's a huge 13th century Gothic cathedral. So
And it was set up to be
yeah, medieval stained glass,
a
two
Roman
functioning
a
bell
Roman
towers.
capital. A Roman capital in another country, which was like Northumbria or some fucking
Right, and that's why
some
we have
Did you
goofy
just put
shit.
an Arnold Schwarzenegger
Ah, Northumbria.
accent on that shit,
Ah,
bro?
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Ah. So
But,
but that's that was just an example. But we're using the same methods. Our government is using the same methods as the Roman Empire.
Did you guys check the whole interview, or not the interview, the court?
No,
video?
I didn't watch the whole thing.
Oh, well, I kind of want to dive into that.
Go ahead. You're the one who watched it.
So the CIA general inspector was a guy named Frederick Hitz, which he was the one kind of, I guess, representing, well, not representing, but he was the one doing an investigation on the CIA and all the allegations that they were facing. But it's funny that there was one thing I kind of wanted to bring up about it. While he was talking, he had to mention that the people he was supposed to interview, 6 former CIA employees and 1 former DEA agent, they all refused the request for an interview.
Yeah.
So,
And they were getting roasted by Congress for not being interviewed.
but in the end, he's like, let's just say that they were just kind of basically over everything that happened, and they just wanted to move on. That was their reason for.
And when was those
denial
hearings? In like
request.
2006 or some shit?
No, those were
98.
90s. Yeah, 98.
Okay.
He did another interview in 2002, but that was like just him talking.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that was a couple years before. But yeah, man, it's pretty crazy. That's when you were talking about Maxine Waters and who's the dude?
John Kerry.
Yeah, John Kerry. Yeah, they all were talking about the whole Free Ray Ricky Ross and Gary Webb and all that. So
Yeah, it was the Kerry Committee, right?
I
Exposed.
I think so. I think that is what they called it.
Yeah, something like that.
But back to this was the only thing these motherfuckers ever did while they were in political power. Is try to expose the CIA for this shit because they were grilling them in that congressional hearing. I watched about half of it, and so they were just going off.
So they were on different sides?
Well, what do you mean?
who was on different sides?
Like the Kerry Committee, John Kerry, and
Maxine Waters.
who was working with John Kerry, you said?
Maxine Waters
Maxine Waters.
and Nancy Pelosi.
But they're both like in government.
Yeah.
Well, see, that goes back to when I started talking about it being a big PR stunt, essentially. Because
Yeah.
I mean, they still got away with it, and the CIA directors were pardoned by George Bush whenever on Christmas Eve, that those bills he passed on Christmas or New Year's, whichever one. So nobody was there to object it, but he pardoned a bunch of these CIA dudes, and then now we can't do nothing about it because the president pardoned them in a
Yeah, it was over the holidays.
a real bitch.
Who'd you
move.
say that was?
Bush Jr.
Yeah. No, senior, right?
I think it's Junior.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they also said that investigation was not intended to prove or disprove allegations of drug trafficking by individuals. Our investigation was not intended to prove or disprove allegations of drug trafficking by individuals or organizations. Yeah. So, prove or disprove.
Just that heads weren't
so,
rolling.
so they
for
were just
this
saying
is
that they were
incredible.
basically working with, not necessarily pushing.
They were
drugs.
overseeing
Yeah.
because
to push their narrative, right?
like Oliver North and basically all his top advisors, Reagan, including Bush, but that whole top tier was calling the shots really without Reagan's acknowledgement or silent consent, really. because he was, so his dementia was kicking in, and he was willing to do whatever it took to get the hostages back. And then after that happened, then we were buddies with Iran. So Oliver North and all these other motherfuckers, I don't have their names written down. It's like McFarlane and whatever. But
Look it up.
look that shit up. Actually, you can look it up right now. Look up Reagan's Contra Reagan advisors.
No, Justin.
Do it. Do it now.
Reagan's what?
Top advisors, political advisors.
That's a funky title right there. Reagan Tops Advisors.
But anyways, they were all working deals out and giving orders that weren't necessarily cleared by the president. That's what I'm trying to say. Poindexter right there.
What are you laughing at?
Poindexter, McFarlane.
You can barely see the TV.
Dude, I know. It's right there, and I have to lean so far to see it.
You need glasses,
Fuck,
bro?
I think I'm getting old, bro.
Hey, you are getting old, dog.
But yeah, it's just crazy that they got away with this shit.
I don't know. I was always confused on whether or not they were proven to have done what they did, right? Because I don't think that was ever really concluded, was it?
Well, it was just
That if they did it or not?
well, they.
I just thought
did
it was.
I
thought they had said that Gary Webb was never proven wrong, but I didn't think the CIA
right. I
ever.
think it just got snuffed out.
Yeah.
Is there anyone fighting these guys right now?
What are you talking about?
The CIA today?
Is there anybody fighting the CIA?
Yeah. Is there anyone like trying
You
to
don't fight the CIA, bro.
expose them?
Well, yeah. I mean, we're talking about Gary Webb, and he ended up getting shot twice in the head, and they called it suicide. So I haven't listened to any conspiracy type.
Now that we're talking about that, I mean, we're gonna shoot. I mean, that's pretty much it. What Gary Webb did, right? Afterwards,
yeah. I mean, he was found with 2 bullet holes in his head.
yeah, and I don't know, man. I'm 50-50 on it. You know, a lot of the times I am. When
Nobody's
I don't have
saying
enough
anything
evidence.
about it. There's literally nothing about Gary Webb
There's
killing
two different.
himself.
Yeah, it's hard. One, it's hard to find shit, and two, it's like you have 2 different autopsy reports. You have one saying that he suicided, and then you got another one saying that. Or no. There was only one, right? I'm thinking of something else. There was only one, and they said that he was suicided.
Yeah, it was a
and
suicide.
Dude, I read out of 2 different articles.
Wait, are you saying suicided?
Suicide.
Like he was murder? Or
No.
suicide? Like he killed himself?
Suicide, sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I've read 2 different reports. I've read articles on that, and they said one said that they had, or that it wasn't unlikely that he would shoot himself twice because it happens
But rarely.
more often than not. And then I read another one said that it's not likely that people who commit suicide shoot themselves twice, but it can happen. So I don't know, man.
Right.
I don't know, bro. You know,
Right,
maybe
so-
he did, maybe he didn't. But I do know this, and I'll go into this. After that whole Dark Alliance, his wife said supposedly that dude couldn't find a job anywhere that would
Depression,
employ him,
all that other
and sold his house, was depressed, you know. So
I'm sure
I
all
don't
of that
know.
may be true, but shooting your jaw off and then being able to shoot yourself
Right,
in the head.
because he was
Yeah.
he had a bullet hole in his cheek and in the side of his head, right?
I mean, that's
I know it's through his cheek. Yeah.
So what are the odds of you?
100%. He killed himself.
Yo, get the fuck out of here, Austin.
I don't know, dude. I kind of think he did, but that's just me. There's like too much information to say that, or there's not enough information. I think. I don't know, dude. I go back and forth,
Bro,
don't fucking
I mean-
know. Because then I go, well, fuck. He exposed
Well-
a huge organization that ain't
Oh,
got no
I-
problem killing motherfuckers.
So
you know?
you're talking about Gary Webb killing himself or not?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about
What the fuck are you talking about? That's
Yeah,
what we've
I
been
thought-
talking about the whole time.
Yeah, what the fuck?
No, I thought we were talking about
Hard,
Iran
dude.
Contra.
God damn.
Not enough.
No, he definitely killed himself.
Is that what you think?
I mean,
I think
there's
it's-
nothing saying otherwise, right?
Because why would the CIA need to fucking suicide him? Why would they need to do that?
When they could just
But-
make him do it himself.
Did they
Whoa.
blacklist him?
Well, obviously,
Well, yeah,
That's
he
what-
couldn't get a job. I mean, nobody would work with him.
yeah.
I mean, that would probably fucking suck.
And it's
Now,
fucked up
I
because
don't
he
know
was
if
right
the
the whole time.
I don't know if the CIA did that because that could just easily be that, you know, since it didn't go anywhere, every news source is like, well, we don't really want you. You caused a lot of fucking drama not to go anywhere.
Right.
You know?
And
even
at the
though,
same
even though he
time-
wasn't proven wrong. So,
And at the same time, CIA has been known to
Well, and,
plant, mind viruses just
Yeah.
by threatening you, not letting you work, threatening your family, telling you they're going to kill your family, sending you letters and shit like that. And, they come out and say all that
maybe they were playing Phil Collins in the air tonight.
a bunch of times.
Non-stop for 26 hours.
They use Britney Spears.
oh fuck,
shit.
that was a reference to Isaac Cappy, by the way.
That was definitely an Isaac Cappy Rosie.
and
reference there.
that's going to be an episode in itself. So
For sure.
hold tight on that one.
So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if he killed himself. I'm back on 50-50 on it.
I think he did because he. Why would the CIA have to?
Yeah,
Everything
like we
was in
said,
motion
they-
for him to. He was going to do it himself anyway.
And they were
so-
probably just listening to every fucking
yeah,
phone call.
you
probably.
know, dude. You
Yeah.
know he was.
They were
tapped.
like, oh yeah, we don't even need to off him, dude. He's gonna off
yeah,
himself.
this dude's fucking sad as shit.
Now, unless he was doing some research that we don't know about.
That's true.
And
Oh, he was on.
What else did he
Yeah,
uncover?
Investigating something else.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then his wife is going to play whatever role she's going to play in it that they tell her at that point, and took all of his work, all of his research. I mean, because you hear nothing else about him. You have even
I
in
didn't even know about
interviews-
him
Yeah,
before this. So
even in interviews up to his death, he's, not the most joyful, happy individual you can tell.
So
I honestly think it's just a failure by mainstream media, by journalists, by colleagues of his, by government, it's just, honestly, it's a shame that the dude got to the point where he exposed something that's a real issue with our government being intertwined with these people in the media, and he goes and kills himself.
You know what I found funny is that he was on that C-SPAN interview. Did you guys see that one?
yeah, that one's pretty good.
And he's there to talk about his book, but they can't stop talking about Clinton getting fucking some dome in the White House.
Yeah.
Did you see that shit?
Man, I did not see
Monica
Yeah.
Lewinsky.
That is hilarious.
So he's
Dude,
like,
hey, dude, this bitch was like, who the fuck keeps a dress after 2 years? And he was like, oh, ma'am, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, shit. Like, dude, we're talking about fucking
Clinton was
CIA
into boys.
fucking involved in drug trafficking on here, and you're worried about if
Right.
fucking Clinton's getting his dick sucked in the fucking Oval Office.
See, that's smoke and mirrors, my
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
'Cause
So
they all say
the more
oh,
time they spend covering Bill and Monica, the less airtime Iran Contra gets.
I know, but it's so funny because they even said, why the fuck does the news focus on such stupid bullshit? I mean, even Gary Webb said, he's like, I don't know why we're worried about his sexual life.
Right.
Like, who gives a fuck?
They're like sitting there
That's
trying to make
between
a
him and his wife,
conversation.
dog.
They're trying to make the conversation about what the definition of sex is. Like, why does any of this fucking matter?
Yeah.
But and now we know, like you said, it's all smoke and mirrors.
So it doesn't matter. There was some lady that was like, you know what? That's just wrong. He should not. How are you going to be president and you're going to be doing stuff like that? I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, lady. He's getting fucking head. Is that not normal?
Yeah, dude, just having his dick sucked. What the fuck's the
What
problem
the
with that?
fuck?
Would you want Hillary Clinton sucking your dick? I mean, come on.
Maybe if you take them dentures out, I don't know.
Ooh, gummy.
Good old gummy or something,
Oh,
maybe.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I heard Bill Clinton was into boys, so I don't know.
Hey,
Dude,
after
oh,
saying this,
man.
hey, I just want to say I am not suicidal.
Oh,
I am not. Not at all.
Austin, are you suicidal?
100% not.
100% not.
Hell no. But I mean, we're talking about Clinton, and you got to think about. This is where Barry Seal. I brought him up earlier, but he's the one who was basically flying drugs in and out of Mena, Arkansas,
Right? Mm-hmm.
and the governor,
Governor just so happens to be Bill Clinton.
just so happens, and that's a skeleton in his closet.
What was that movie? There was a movie that they
Barry Seal.
about Barry Seal.
Oh, I don't know,
I
dude.
can't
You said
remember.
American something.
It's American
I got it wrong.
something.
You yelled at me.
Yeah, you said American Us, but
No, you said American me.
He said American Honey. Shia LaBeouf.
Is that the one where he plays his dad?
American Made.
Yeah.
American Mead.
Made.
I like that
Made.
peanut butter falcon.
Okay, so American Made is a Tom Cruise movie where he plays Barry Seal.
Kind of remind me of that dude off of that. What? Huh?
What?
Peanut Butter Falcon.
Peanut Butter Falcon.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, that movie was good, dude.
Just do it.
Yeah. Start calling you peanut butter falcon.
Shut the
It's
fuck
Justin's nickname.
His dog called him peanut butter balls.
Hey, didn't you bring up earlier some other weird shit like supposedly with the CIA?
with you?
Supposedly.
What'd
I
you
don't
say?
know.
What'd you say?
What'd you say?
What the fuck did y'all say?
I don't even know where I'm at.
What were you saying about peanut butter balls? What were you
That
saying?
was not me.
You know what? They do sound delicious. Though.
They do.
Peanut butter balls?
Chocolate covered peanut butter balls.
No, never had them.
Salty. Big, brown.
What are you gonna say?
Nothing. Oh, hey, you were telling me something about some kids
Yeah, I
getting
brought
found
up
on
some
train
kids.
tracks. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently somewhere down in Arkansas where this Clinton dude was governor
Another
at the time.
possible CIA involvement. maybe?
I believe so.
They stumbled upon some what? Some drugs.
some drugs that dropped off an aircraft.
Who else is gonna be
Supposedly.
flying drugs through Arkansas?
Supposedly.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Well, I do it every once in a while.
Every other weekend.
I'm sure they'll blame somebody in the hood.
I'm sure.
But yeah,
That's what they usually do.
These kids were like night hunting or something,
Fucking
and
assholes.
they wound up dead, and they were found on train tracks. And they said they got high, passed out, and got hit by a train. And then later
Yeah,
they
said
reopened the case.
they said they smoked like 20 weed cigarettes.
Marijuana cigarettes.
Marijuana cigarettes.
The devil's lettuce.
and that's what killed them?
That's
They
crazy.
said they got too high and they like passed out on the train tracks.
Yeah.
Yikes.
that happens all the time.
All the time. All
But-
the time.
I guess a medical examiner reopened, or the case got reopened, and he looked into the autopsy again, and they looked at the bodies, and one of them was dead already before the train hit him.
He said the other one was unconscious.
Yeah, so there's some
How
funky
old
shit
were
going
they?
on there.
Like 16 and 17.
Oh, wow. So it might not have been Clinton. Too old.
Yeah.
You got a good point, but he still likes boys, so I don't know.
Yeah, so it
He's
makes
real
sense.
good friend with old Jeffrey Epstein.
Like best friends, right?
Something like that.
Hey, man. Old Bill Gates.
Did you guys know that Epstein Island's like relatively close to the Bermuda Triangle?
I
It's
didn't
just a
know
weird
that.
coincidence.
I
I
didn't know
thought.
that.
It's pretty close.
Isn't it really close to Honduras, where the hurricanes and stuff were as
Man,
well,
We
and
got
kids
a
went missing?
computer here.
Haiti?
Yeah, Hades. That's right.
I think it's the same general area.
Yeah. It's kinda
Bro,
strange.
and
I don't
the
know.
Clintons are involved in Haiti too.
Oh yeah, don't
That
they
one's a
fucking hate her in Haiti?
Yeah.
like they
Yeah,
want
that
her
one's a
fucking
fucked
head.
up one, man.
That's what
that
I'm
Haiti
saying.
one.
What is that girl's name that got
That
caught?
got arrested?
Yeah.
I-
Laura
Look it
Silsby.
Yeah.
Laura Silsby worked for the Clinton Foundation and got caught trying to smuggle like 30 some kids out of Haiti without any documentation. And Bill Clinton flew over there personally and got her out of prison.
You know what really blows me away is how many other CIA operations there are. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, totally.
Jim,
Yeah.
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of documents on CIA
projects.
Mockingbird, MK Ultra.
cornflakes. You guys ever heard of cornflakes?
Cornflakes.
Yeah, they would actually take and bomb trains during like communist Russia, you know, good stuff like that, and bomb trains with mail. So mailmen would deliver their own to their own government, their own German citizens, propaganda wheels, propaganda pages, newsletters.
Oh, the bombs with the pamphlets in it.
Yep.
That's what you're talking about?
Yep.
Okay, I know what you're talking
Project Cornflakes. Man, absolutely
about. What the fuck?
crazy. Or Project Kitty was another one where they basically implant a listening device in cats' ears. So if you have a pet or whatever, we can implant it in your ear and
Listen in on you.
listen in on you.
That's wild, bro.
That is wild. They were saying it took like $36 million to transplant a cat's ear like that.
Like a whole ear?
Dude, they were putting full surgery, wires, everything into these cats
That's
And
fucking
it's
crazy. I've never heard of
36
that.
million for one ear.
for one implant.
That's crazy. But why would it be so much?
I think the line.
So you think it's just a...
I think they got it down now a lot cheaper.
Oh, I would hope so.
I mean, you know what I mean?
That's a lot of fucking tax dollars they're wasting
Dude.
right there, dude.
Well, didn't you say like 1 trillion earlier?
Yeah, that was for the.
War on drugs.
Mhm.
Well, that was just war on drugs.
Yeah, it's just the war on drugs was 1 trillion.
Holy shit. CIA be that a year, right?
Dude, I don't know. It's got to be in the billions. I mean,
Gotta be.
during the 80s, I think it was like 24 billion or something like that. So whatever that translates to today.
Yikes.
No, it was more. It was more. It was a lot.
Yikes.
So another thing is that to bring this back to Iran Contra is whenever Bush established the South Florida Drug Task Force, it was filled with CIA agents. So if that doesn't fucking sound fishy to you guys, I don't know.
It was filled with what?
CIA agents. We're running the South Florida Drug Task Force.
What are you, some kind of conspiracy theory?
No, this was a fucking fact, bro.
Wasn't fucking Bin Laden a CIA agent?
Dude, that's what they say.
Yeah, for a Saudi.
I think whenever we get into
CIA
9/11 and
agent.
stuff like that, and we start getting balls deep and all that, we'll find something that says that.
Why do we don't need to get into that. It's just planes hit the buildings and that's it.
Oh yeah,
That's it.
Oh yeah,
That's
the
what
9/11 Commission, right? It's just terrorists and
Yeah.
Okay.
We just
Okay.
dived into it. That's
Yeah.
all you need to know.
That's it.
Okay. What should I know next?
The government's good.
Okay.
Just do what they say.
Trust them.
Get vaccinated.
Hypnotoad.
Give them
where
your
you
guns.
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all in all, we know all this shit actually happened. It's all public record, whether it's come out through like leaks, like Bush Senior's journal, where he talks about his involvement after denying it in Congress and throughout all the investigations and everything, to, I mean, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. The facts are everywhere. The distractions. Just distractions, bro.
Sorry, everybody. If you can, just bear with us.
Yeah.
We're not in a fancy studio, so we got to work with what we got. Thank you, David.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm not shitting on your room over here.
Kind of sounds like it though. But
A little bit.
A little bit.
My feelings aren't hurt though. It's fine.
All right, just making sure.
So yeah, journals from all kinds of people to actual CIA documents, DEA from their investigations that uncovered a lot of this shit. I mean, fuck, what Gabriel was talking about, the congressional hearing on it, they were even saying all this shit. So that's what makes this shit real juicy, and it's all, there's so much paperwork dealing
God,
with
I
it.
wonder what we could do to actually fix this problem.
Yeah, hold people accountable. for their fucking shitty actions. It's not that hard.
I wish there was an answer to fix this. God, maybe more laws.
Yeah, bigger government, I think.
Yeah,
would
Bigger
more laws.
government, yeah.
Yeah.
More of them.
And
You all sound
it's
right.
dumb as hell. God bless. I think that's what we don't need.
dude, it's crazy. And
Get government out of your lives, people. Stop letting people tell you that
Shit like this
that's what
happens
you
all the
need.
time.
You need more government. You need more laws. So yeah,
It's an illusion.
yeah,
It's an illusion.
like we got
a false
into,
sense of safety.
That's exactly what it is.
we can get into, this fucking happens all the time in all these other countries, and that's why we're still going to war in the Middle East.
Well, yeah,
Oh, I
regime
mean, it's
change
all
wars,
it's it's all the same shit. It's just a constant
make prices
war.
of things go up. People die. Prices go up. We start wars. Prices go up. Oil goes up. It's
Kind of like what's happening right now, right?
Right, and it's all manipulated to do this shit.
and they tell you that they're bringing soldiers home, but I know firsthand they're not.
Yeah,
So
Do they ever?
that's what I mean. They
I
say
think,
they
I think
want
we're in
to.
every state we've ever had conflict with, and more, right?
bases everywhere.
Like
yeah.
bases, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah,
we have
like
bases.
we're still in
like
fucking
almost
Germany.
every country.
So
It's terrifying to think we just let people.
It's over 200 countries.
I'm trying to think if there was a base in Australia. I don't think there was.
well, now that you said something, now there's gonna be.
Yeah.
Fuck, we forgot one.
I mean, they're pretty much like us anyways.
They figured that out on P3. Base in Australia now.
I mean, they've always been putting people in powerful positions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Proxy governments all over. That's how you just different arms.
There's a foam cover on it.
Well, how thick's the foam cover?
So take that into consideration. Maybe do 3.
How thick is that?
There, yeah. Maybe,
Okay.
maybe do
2
3 fingers.
3
3 fingers, dog.
Even my fucking fingers are getting huge. That's why I was so far away.
Oh,
Yeah, I
shut
kinda
the
noticed
fuck
that.
up, bro. You're fucking tripping.
Oh fuck!
Fucking tripping.
Shut
Little
your
guy.
fucking mouth.
Yeah. Justin's an
So
inspiring
what-
bodybuilder.
What the fuck is up with the UFO files not being leaked or released last week?
Are we hopping out of this?
Yeah, you know
we're
what?
done?
We've
We done?
already said there's been a bunch of books.
So
There's
conclusion: Gary Webb. We don't know if he killed himself. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. I don't think we'll ever find out. 60 years later, maybe.
The conspiracy theorist in me wants to say he didn't, but there's nothing out there to corroborate that other than the 2 bullet holes on his head.
Isn't that the timeline though? Wait 60 years to admit it.
Yeah, it's like
70 years?
Yeah,
Well,
that what they do?
Barack Obama signed whatever, and it's 12 years from then, and then certain things will be released.
right.
Literally, the CIA. He signed
But
documents.
we had talked about it before. Trump postponing the releasing of the JFK files. So yeah.
How long did he postpone it to?
I don't even know.
Didn't he say that was like the first thing he was gonna do when he got in office? Was release the JFK
I don't
files?
fucking know, man.
Yeah, he was supposed to expose a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Right. He was supposed to actually be like, "Hey, aliens might be real."
But it's the same thing with every other president. They empty hopes.
Wishful promises.
Why do you think they're riding for him so hard?
Who?
Trump.
Who's riding for Trump so hard?
Everybody still.
He's the guy that's gonna go
It's
against all
just
of it.
it's just a partisanship.
Because I just
That's
seen
it.
what was it, a couple weeks ago? There was like a stand down the street from your house, David.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Trump stand.
How long are you gonna? It's like
I
how long
think-
you been sitting on this? How
Well, I
long
think they said
you
he's
not
going to run
selling it?
in 2024.
Dude, he's not gonna run in 2024.
Isn't there a group of people that still think he's the president?
Yes,
Yeah.
guys, stop it.
Well, at the same time, though, there was a lot of election bullshit going on. Regardless,
There's always
right?
election bullshit going.
Yeah,
on.
there always
Yeah.
is. What do they say? They can't guarantee that it is, but they can guarantee it's not. Or They can't guarantee it's not, but they can guarantee it is at like a small percentage
Well, yeah.
in any election. Or some shit.
Yeah.
I might have fucked that up.
And if it's all...
like 51% is going to be rigged.
Yeah, like they can't say there's a 0% chance it's not rigged.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we've all seen the videos where they're, ballots are being stuffed and people have hundreds and hundreds of ballots in their cars and stuff.
And they've been fucking going hard.
Mail people throwing them in dumpsters and shit.
Exactly.
Do you think he's going to run in 2024?
No. Dude, I don't
think
even
he
care.
is.
I don't even give a fuck who runs in 2024. Because at this point, if you aren't acknowledging that it's just the same plan, different face, then I don't know what to fucking tell you. Because every president has done one thing solidly.
Yeah.
Erode our fucking rights. We're less free every fucking year. Every day. Every time they sign more laws equal less freedom.
Yeah. Even Kamala, I mean,
Fuck
they
that
even
bitch.
showed a side-by-side video with her on her border crisis, where she was out there saying, how fucked up Trump was and all this shit. And
Yeah, bro. Dude.
now she's in there and it's still the same shit.
Right.
It's like,
Because they have to put on a show. It's all a PR stunt.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything whenever they get into office because they are people who have example.
Yeah.
Every time we get a new fucking president, people come in and debrief the president on all sorts of shit. Okay? So there are people who know more about what's going on within our actual government than even the fucking president does inherently, because they have to keep track of all this shit, and that's their job, is to debrief the president. Heads of all the 3-letter fucking organizations, right? Yeah. To get them up to date. So
Alphabet boys.
Yeah, the alphabet boys, little soupy boys. But so, like, the CIA, do you think he's going to tell him whenever they're debriefing a new president that we're running guns and drugs to every fucking country in the world and making trillions of dollars potentially?
No.
They're not going to fucking tell him that. Why?
No.
Why? There's going to be a new one in 4 years and he's still not going to have any power or control over it because all this shit is operating above the president's head ultimately, because it persists through all these presidents.
Yeah, it's all talk until you're in that chair. Basically.
Right. And then you fucking realize, I'm just
Oh, shit. Presidents don't do shit around.
I'm just a useless idiot
Who
put
signs
in front of the
executive
camera.
orders.
Yeah, I'm the face of bullshit.
Yeah. And you know what's funny too is I find with like the news, when we're at, Planet Fitness, I'm over there on the treadmill watching, conservative news and liberal news side to side, how they're both the fucking same, dude. Like how they were like just going after petty shit for Trump, and now they're just the other side's doing it now, just going after petty shit for Kamala and Biden. It's like, come on, bro. If y'all two got together and had some drink, y'all probably fall in love with each other.
Yo,
Y'all
Biden,
both the fucking same.
weird as hell, those sniffing little kids. I don't know what that's about, bro.
Dude.
Yeah, it's fucking creepy.
I don't know what that's about.
He owns an island right next to Little St. James.
Allegedly.
I did not know that.
No, he does.
No, he
Oh
do?
shit.
Yeah, he does. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my
It's like
God.
right down there. It may not be right next to it, but it's down there.
What does that say? Honestly,
It's
what does
awfully
that say?
it's awfully fishy.
It's awfully fucking fishy, bud.
Well, and then we can go into the temple and all that shit on Epstein's Island and his ties to the occult. But that's gonna be its own episode too, because that's gonna be a long episode because there's so much conspiracies as there is so much paper trails.
Especially when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein.
Especially when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein, because he had all this shit because he was the guy in charge of all the blackmail.
But people think he was the guy.
No,
But he was
dude.
not the guy.
He was a little fish.
Come on, little fish. Small.
Yeah, well, he just worked for him, right?
Right.
Or, basically got the intel on
Yeah.
in the blackmail.
But
Yeah.
work for who?
That we don't know.
Exactly. That's what's...
Somebody powerful. at some. Well, I don't know. They ended up letting him get caught
I'm
up.
sure
so.
the answers would be
Did they let him do that?
illuminating.
Because didn't his bank do like a transaction like a few months after he died or
His bank account.
suicided? Yeah.
Didn't it go to Ghislaine Maxwell? Wasn't there a massive payment to Ghislaine Maxwell?
I
Or some
can't
shit?
remember who.
Well,
it
now
was
just
to.
recently they came out with that the guards lied about what they were doing and stuff, and that they were actually scrolling through the internet.
just figured that
and falling asleep and
I
stuff.
saw that from a mile away.
I believe they just came out with that. Yeah.
It's a lot. It's so much bullshit going on.
I know this is gonna go off topic again, but
See that
we
spider?
don't really stay
Oh
on
my
topic.
god!
So yeah, what do you guys think about all this fucking these teacher district meetings that they've been having? Have you guys been seeing all that shit? People fighting, yelling at each other. What do y'all think about
No, I
that?
haven't seen that. I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
What is it?
just like people speaking out against the mask, like making children wear masks to school.
Oh
you know
my goodness.
how much bullshit that is. But
That
nobody else wears them. Kids still wearing them. Actually, my daughter's school finally said that as of today, they don't have to wear masks, but only on school buses. Apparently, that's a federal requirement.
That's dumb as fuck. Is that just like a public transportation thing?
Yeah, that's what they said.
so during recess they're wearing masks.
They were for a whole year.
That is
Yeah. Yeah. And anytime all these fucking mask Nazis out there at my daughter's recess are like, oh, put your mask on, put your mask on. You know, anytime they try to get a breath of fresh air, or, you know, and segregated them, made them
And-
split up into groups. You know, couldn't all play with each other at one time. Yeah.
wow.
Whole, well, I guess not even a year, right? Year and a half, probably.
That's terrifying.
Or no, a year. About a year.
It's so tragic.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, but
sucks.
we don't care about the well-being of, you know,
Yeah,
our
the
mental,
implementations
because we can
that-
just give fucking prescription drugs for that, right? It's kind of what they'll do.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
dose them up.
isn't that what the whole crack epidemic, and now we're at the opiate
Yeah.
epidemic, right?
Yeah.
And
Except
you
for
know,
now, they got smart and did it legally, right? Pharmaceutical drugs.
Well, it's the same thing we're looking at with cocaine from South America, but the drug now is
Heroin.
Xanax and
Does your
opiates.
kid have drive
Opiates.
and energy and all this? Just fucking give him.
We have a-
What is it? Give him Concerta or give him fucking Adderall.
Yep, that's it.
well,
Little stimulant.
Jesus
we're in the Middle
Christ.
East, and the Middle East, Afghanistan in particular, is the biggest producer of opium in the world.
Yeah.
So I think like before
They said there's photos of military.
before
Protecting
9/11,
those
I think it was estimated to be around like 90% Afghanistan
Yeah, I've
controlling
seen
that.
that.
And then after 9/11, it bumped up to like 99%. And there was a news clip of a reporter interviewing a soldier in a poppy field, and she was like, "Why don't you just burn it instead of wasting resources guarding it? Just burn it." And he's like, well, I can't talk about that."
Well, of course not.
Right.
We
Like,
know
did
why
you
he
really
can't
expect
burn it.
him to go, well, because
Well-
the government, the U.S. government owns all this. What the fuck do you think? What the fuck do you think is going on here,
Who do you
stupid?
think's pushing it?
Right.
It's what's been happening. It's continuing to happen. They have field agents everywhere.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Yeah, but with that whole thing, they've been fighting. One dude almost got into a fight with one of the board members, but they started talking shit to each other. Dude was calling him an asshole. The guy working for the district. That dude hopped up on that stage so fucking quick. He was like, "What the fuck did you say to me?"
Oh, that's good
Yeah, that shit was wild. They all broke it up.
No, but seriously, you're forcing little kids to wear masks and stuff during recess, and man, the implementations that
I just find it weird because it just depends on where you're at on what's enforced.
yeah,
So nobody's on
No
the same
consistency.
page. Why are we doing it? Or why not just make it optional to begin with? That's the funny thing about the email. It's like, we're going to not make it required, but
it
you
is
still have the
mandatory.
option.
Man,
No,
fuck 'em.
you still have the option. You're okay. You still have the option. Why wasn't that to begin with?
Man, fuck them. We all know why.
It's weird, dude, because I got my kid, you know, we're going into places without masks, you know, and she's like, oh, this feels so weird, you know. It's like,
yikes.
the fucking brainwashing,
Man.
you know. And then you have all these assholes out here. If nurses can wear them for a 12-hour shift, you can wear them. It's like, or just give me the option, you know.
You realize if everything was as sterile as a hospital, how shitty our immune systems would be?
Yeah.
Facts.
And matter of fact, don't a lot of people say that fucking hospitals are like dirtier than
Well, filled
I
with
don't
germs, my
think
guy.
dirtier,
Filled with
but
germs.
that's where the bad
like
shit
germs?
is.
Yeah.
No, but
bacteria and shit.
at one point they were saying that if you could avoid the hospital to
Yeah.
you know,
Well, yeah.
postpone it.
Well, that's
Because
because
they weren't trying to get a bunch of people, you know.
It's because don't come here and get more people sick. They were telling everybody to stay home.
Yeah. Not to mention, have they ever figured out what the whole rarity it is to get it twice?
I have.
I mean, I've read it's pretty rare, but you
Man,
know,
I'm
there's
so
so many
done.
different articles. Everyone's like, "Well, that's not true." Well, I can find you an article that says it is. You know, which one do I trust?
Bro, I'm so done with the whole COVID thing.
Yeah, no, you
It's
probably
just-
should stop talking about it.
It's fucking.
But every fucking
Such a
week, man,
joke,
it's
man.
something new.
It's
you
always
know,
some bullshit,
The
bro.
Fauci emails coming out.
And Amazon pulling his book, which is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was trying to make money.
Yeah, of course,
Well, he's so far embedded in all of it.
dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
it
Seemed like a
In
good
actual,
guy.
in the
Look
gain
up,
of function.
look up who
research.
Fauci's wife is. She works for some pharmaceutical company, and it's obviously conflict of fucking interest.
She's an American nurse, Department of Bioethic. I don't know how to say that.
Bioethicist.
Yeah. Bioethics at the National Institute of Health Clinical Center. I don't know. Fuck it. It ain't worth talking about, dog. It's almost over,
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah. We're
Except for everyone's getting popped for fucking.
from now on, we're only gonna bring up COVID if
I'm gonna bring it up every fucking time we record now.
from
Don't tell
now
me what to
on
do.
every
Tell
time
me what
COVID
to
gets
do,
brought
buddy.
up,
What are
Gabe
you fucking?
gets
You gonna
hit
make
in the
that a
head with a
law?
bong.
You gonna vote on that?
Gabe's gonna get hit in the head with a bong.
Or
No,
he has to take a
but
hit.
it's
Hey, fucking fake COVID cards are going out like
bro.
crazy though.
I mean, ain't nobody gonna
They
believe
said
it
they're finding
anyways.
a ton of them.
Buying
Gabe,
that shit on eBay.
Ain't nobody gonna believe it anyways. Even if we are sitting here reading them the weekly fucking news like mooks, they're still not gonna go, "Oh yeah, these guys are absolutely right." It doesn't matter if we're right. That brings it back to fucking Iran Contra. Is you could be guilty as charged and still walk away scot free. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. It's just whoever's in power, whatever they want.
But what do we do about that?
Get the tar and feathers. I don't know.
What are you, some kind of anarchist? Jesus.
No, man. It's just a shitty situation. This ties us back into fucking. Should we even have a government or not? I mean,
I don't know. I've always been 50-50 on that. Even though I get called an anarchist, which I find funny because I've just never said anything bad about it. You know, I've never opposed it. I've always been 50-50, just to let y'all know out there. So I know.
So,
I think we all feel a little bit different on that.
I think local towns, your local government, I think that would be
Yeah, like I wish for
much
there. I
better
think we talked
system.
about this on one episode. I wish there was a smaller government, but for some reason, anything that becomes into power becomes corrupt
I also think
over
that
time. You know,
you have to take the money out of government as well. They can't have any
Yeah.
control or any say or any
Good fucking
regulations over, even the stock market or SEC or
I don't know, dude, but I was actually thinking, dude, Spike Cohen, if he gets out that VP role and hops in P, 2024,
dude,
Hey.
I think
I
that's what
might-
he's doing.
I
think
might
that's what he's
fucking
doing,
vote
bro.
for him, dude.
Because he's all over.
Did you see
Facebook
that
and
tax?
social media.
That explanation on how taxes would work if we took it out of the federal government's hands?
No
Yeah, he used your whole
voluntary tax.
yeah. And
No shit.
He you should see it on my Facebook. Of course, nobody liked it. Nobody cares about this shit, red or blue.
Right. Right.
But he explains kind of what you said. If you don't pay for it, you don't get the service. I was like, oh, is that Justin?
Did I you see, motherfucker?
Justin for VP.
No, God Emperor. Well, I'm starting that campaign, by the way. I'm gonna get some signs made. Justin for God Emperor. Fuck it.
I don't
T-shirts.
see. I don't see.
Hey, one thing, there will be justice.
I don't see how people could argue that. How can people argue that?
Argue what?
Saying that, well, this is people's argument. If you leave it voluntary, there's going to be assholes that don't pay.
But dude, come on.
There's assholes that don't pay now.
All right. Okay, so if it's
I
going
bet
to
you they'll start
happen either
paying
way,
whenever they can't drive down their road because the road's fucked up.
If it's going to happen either way, what's the morality and the ethics of making the people doing what they're supposed to, making it harder on them? But at the day you're born, your share of the fucking national debt is over $100,000 now. Your individual share, because that's what it's all based off of. That's the debt. Comes down to the producing power, and we are the producing power. That's why we got social security numbers, and that goes into the gold stamp on our birth certificates and all that other shit. We're literally legally property to the United States government. This goes back to the U.S. versus USA 1871, which establishes the United States a separate entity from the United States of America, which is a corporation. And nobody can bring legal action against the United States of America except for Congress. Well, if you fund people, if you invest money into people's campaigning and you get them into Congress and they're your goons, well, that would be why we don't see any legal action against them, because their own people are in. It's just corporate employees that are filling public offices.
He kind of used a little example. I'll probably butcher it, but of a car salesman. When you go to a car salesman and you purchase a car, there's a certain amount of tax in there to protect you from basically getting sold a dud, something that's going to break down as soon as you go off the lot. And he's using an example of $500 on top of the price of the car. It'd be a lot cheaper to pay $500 than the thousands of dollars that the company's charging you now because of taxes that they pay, supposedly. This is how he said it. And you would basically get the option to pay that tax instead of getting taxed, all these taxes that you pay, when you purchase this vehicle, thousands. I mean, how much do you pay fucking sales tax, property tax, all this shit. So you're paying this $500 to protect you from driving off the lot with the car that's going to break down. If it does, then you're able to take them to court, and that pays for all the suing them and all that shit. Right. Or you can just go, man, this car's only $3,000. Fuck that, I'm not paying for that $500. Given a choice,
right?
But that was his whole thing, is that you basically buy your
insurance.
Yeah, well, I mean, not insurance, but I guess insurance with the government.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then look at, would we even trust the government with that?
Yeah, if you don't want to pay for police, I mean, they're just not going to show up at your door. If you're not going to pay for firefighters, they're not going to show up at your door.
I need a receipt.
How are they going to figure that out? I'm sure we have some type of software where they can figure that shit out.
But the government fucks up everything it touches.
Yeah.
So you could give them a flawless plan.
They don't want you.
A voluntary, just put
a bunch of
lines.
They don't want the money to be monitored.
Well, they want to be able to have control.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's what it boils down to. Whether it's control
they
over
don't
the
want
economy,
more money in your pocket,
control over transportation, control over infrastructure.
They don't want your money in your pocket. They want to be able to take your money and give it to you as they please.
Right. Yeah, it's just like an abusive. It's just like an abusive fucking boyfriend.
Yeah.
All you feminists out there should be fighting the government harder than anybody else.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
That is real fucked up.
But they've got everybody brainwashed.
Yeah,
thinking
dude.
That this is how it needs to be. And the only example I am given every time is the asshole example, which that'll weed itself out over time.
Say, you're an asshole. Would you pay for it?
Yeah.
Start telling them that.
Jesus Christ. There's assholes that aren't paying for it right now.
Right.
I don't see you saying shit. If
Right.
anything, you're trying to help them out more.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, fuck, man.
Yeah, you're actually enabling this shit. just wanting it to be there to begin with. For what? Like, for what?
And even at that point, if it was voluntary, you still think it would be localized voluntary?
What I'm essentially
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
is that you wouldn't be
No federal-
responsible for the
I don't
freeloaders.
think there should be any federal government at all.
I don't think so either,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
What it boils down to is we don't want people who aren't taking advantage of the system to not be responsible for the people who are financially, for the people who are abusing the system. And they are so brainwashed that they go, no. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're against that. That's essentially what we are saying. And people still argue against that. Like, dude, well, they keep taking your money and that money keeps going towards all these assholes. But you're okay with that, but not you not paying for the asshole? I don't understand.
Yeah.
But people are so dumb and don't care.
Well, I mean, human beings.
You can't even have the conversation anymore because people bring emotion into a conversation like this so fast that it makes using logic
and human
impossible.
beings are a creature of habit, right?
It's like extremely hostile right now.
When something becomes a habit, it's kind of hard to
teams.
break.
Huh?
It's like extremely hostile right now with the teams. Mm-hmm. I feel like they used to be able to actually have a conversation. Now it's just like, fuck you.
Right.
You're not on my team.
I don't know, dude. I don't think they've ever been able to. I think they've been fighting
Well,
since.
and this comes back to like the Reagan era shit with the hyper partisanship. Austin and I kind of talked about it, and they keep just building this wall, just another means of division. Because if they set the tone for the people that already have an emotional investment in them, then they're just gonna follow suit.
That wall's big as fuck right now.
Mm-hmm.
There is no reaching across the aisle. And it seems like the reaching that is happening is super corrupt. Right? It seems like it's...
yeah.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
Dude, can you fucking put something else
taking
on? That
pictures.
bitch is ugly as hell. Fauci, your wife is ugly as hell, bro.
Jesus Christ, that's fucked up, bro.
Mouse
I don't
I
give
hope
a-
all the feminist
I
shit
don't
on there.
give a
fucking
shit.
know
Ass bitch.
it.
I don't give a
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
Catfish looking ass bitch.
You can have hairy armpits if you want. I don't give a fuck.
You can do what you want. Bring that shit around me, dog.
That's funny. I don't have anything up right now, but yeah, it's pretty fucking wild, man. The whole fighting between that. So yeah, are we all voting for Spike Cohen in 2024?
I'm not voting. No.
Yeah,
What the fuck? He ain't gonna get picked.
That's
Doesn't
true.
matter how popular.
Not even.
he
We
is.
don't even know if he'd be able to do everything he says he's going to do when he gets in there. It
Exactly.
might be another Trump.
As soon as you sit down in that fucking seat, the collar goes on.
Yeah, that's the sad part. I believe he'd have good intentions too. That's the same thing what I believe about politicians. Even though I hate their jobs, I do know there's good people in there. They just can't do shit.
I think
Yeah.
they'll continue to rotate bullshit people in and out. That
I mean, all right. So we got our first black president. We got our first female
vice
VP.
president.
Are we not going to get the first libertarian?
We got Eric July and the Black Panther.
What? What about Eric July?
Chadwick Boseman.
How does that two go together?
I don't know. I thought we were naming important people in the black community.
No. But yeah. But,
But
no.
yeah.
That's not where I was going with that. Eric July is a bad
dude.
motherfucker, dude.
Yeah, Eric July.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
him.
I don't know.
So maybe we'll get a first libertarian. Maybe at least see what they're about. We've been watching the other freak show forever, fucking red and blue. Why don't we fucking see what the gold or yellow, whatever they are?
We'll see.
Because it's a wasted vote.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's a
Thank
wasted
you.
vote.
Yeah, I've heard
I mean,
that
it
many
is,
times.
isn't it? All votes are wasted votes
Yeah.
because it's just popular vote.
Fun fact: did you guys know that
Popular
George
vote?
Washington?
More of electoral college, right? They went
It's
off the popular vote.
it's supposed to influence the
supposedly
electoral
they put the
college,
orange guy in there.
but it doesn't because they can ultimately do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, my bad. What were you saying, Austin?
I forgot what was it. George Washington was the only independent president ever.
I don't know how true that is. I've heard that before. I've heard he was the first libertarian, but
I don't know if I buy that.
Yeah. Let us know, listeners. So yeah, anything else going out there in the world?
Dude, I
Anything
don't know.
new? No.
I don't think so. We didn't get no new alien shit. It's upsetting.
Yeah, the alien
I haven't even
shit will
heard
be out.
anything about it.
Huh?
Well, they came out and said basically there's no proving that it is, and there's no proving that it's not. They are saying no, the stuff that like David Fravor
Yeah.
and stuff chased. They said no, that's not. It's not a alien or whatever,
But it is a UFO.
Yeah.
but it is a
Yeah,
UFO.
I read that out last
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
And that's pretty much
Yeah,
all
that-
they've said.
That's it, man.
Deflection.
It sucks. Which I wish you could have been on the conversation last week about aliens.
Yeah, that'll
Yeah,
happen
and
again.
Yeah. It's bound to come up.
Hey, we need you guys to fucking send us messages, man. We've been getting some from people here and there, but we're looking for more ideas, on topics and more feedback. So, yeah. Thanks, Alyssa, for your feedback.
And thank you
Appreciate
for all of our new.
Thanks for sharing. Thank you guys. Go like the page, please. Instagram, Facebook. Give us a chance. Give us a chance.
Yeah, you can actually get to our Linktree website through our Facebook page too.
Yeah, it's on Facebook, Instagram.
We're fucking-
Linktree has everything,
We're on everything now, aren't we?
pretty much, except for Twitter. I need to get on that.
David,
Spotify and whatnot.
David's a Twitter guy.
Yeah, Spotify, Apple,
Yeah.
everything.
Make us an account, David. Put you on the spot.
Austin, make him an OnlyFans.
Fuck yeah.
There you go.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'm in.
So
I subscribe.
we're pretty much done covering Iran Contra.
Pretty
There's
much.
been
Let us know if there's some stuff we didn't cover. We'll
Yeah.
cover it in the next episode and whatever
Yeah.
we left out.
there's also a lot of shit as far as names and stuff that we didn't cover just because there's so many and all the minutia involved, but there's plenty of books and everything written, and
Yeah. Dark Alliance.
there's a Dark Alliance by Gary Webb. So if it's interesting to you, there's definitely plenty of information on the topic.
Go look at Freeway Ricky Ross. That's a crazy story.
Yeah.
Dude wanted to be a tennis player and fucking ended up making millions off of
Selling crack.
crack. Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, that's crazy.
So anybody else?
That was pretty much it.
I know Austin was fucking bugging me about communism earlier.
Yeah, a little bit.
Said he loved it.
Yeah, you dirty
Yeah,
commie.
that's what I want. I want, what's his name? Bernie. He's the guy that's going to save us all.
What are you hating on communism for, dude? It's fucking
No, we were talking about the
amazing.
origins of it.
Everywhere that communism is, it works.
Well, this ties in actually to Iran Contra because the Sandinistas were a left-wing communist party. So, talking about communism, the conspiracy theory is that the Rothschilds was. I don't think it's a conspiracy theory that the Rothschilds were funding Karl Marx, but that they started the Communist Party, the Rothschilds.
And that pretty much started everything.
Yeah, and just like Israel, the Rothschilds' old family name, their crest had the star, what we know as the Star of David on it, but that was actually a symbol for the Rothschild family, and now it's on the Israeli flag.
Shit.
That shit goes deep.
Well, yeah, Rothschilds in general,
Fuck yeah.
right? Weren't they?
They may have been signing checks, whatever we were talking about earlier.
To,
Epstein,
probably.
They're
sign
they're
checks to
probably
everyone.
they're probably in that tier. Well, yeah, of course they sign checks. They're fucking bankers. They're the heads of the banking cartels, but they could have been pulling the strings on Epstein.
Well, yeah, but aren't they the tip?
Well,
Isn't
maybe
that who's-
not.
Oh, you don't think?
No, because eventually we're gonna have to cover Fritz Springmeier's 13 bloodlines of the Illuminati, because some of the families that are named in there, like the Collins and all that shit, DuPonts, shit goes deep. Have you seen how many how many countries we're in now?
What you mean?
How many?
I'm looking at you because you're the one who's got the information. Was it like 5 or 6 now?
On what?
How many downloads we got in countries?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the CIA. I think you're
Fuck
talking
no.
about
Like,
the,
what
the
is it?
military.
Okay, this brings us back into the CIA.
Jesus
we know
Christ,
it's you.
dude. I was fucking falling asleep
know
over here. My
it's
bad.
CIA, MI6, CB4.
We're in 5. United States, Norway, Germany, England. I think that's Canada. Yeah. Oh, Canada.
Yikes.
Do you guys really have like slits in your mouth, like from like South Park?
Yeah.
If you're up there listening
Terrence
to
and
this?
Phillip.
Is that
Yeah.
really how
Is
it
that
works?
how you guys are?
I
up
think
there?
so.
Yeah, that's
Said
what I
thank
thought.
you a lot.
It's either the split face or black face.
That's what I pictured. That's what I pictured.
Justin Trudeau, he got busted with the black face.
Oh yeah.
You fucking racist.
Like, how did he become president again?
Isn't his dad Fidel Castro?
Whoa.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure Justin Trudeau's dad is Fidel Castro.
I don't know. That sounds like
Some
yeah,
conspiratorial
dude.
bullshit.
You know what?
Bullshit.
That's gonna have to be an episode. We're gonna have to dive deeper on that one day. But
The fact that he
his-
got reelected, though.
Justin Trudeau's dad and Fidel Castro were really, really good friends. And Fidel Castro and his mom, Justin Trudeau's mom, were always kind of, they think maybe swinger type shit. Because if you look at a picture of Fidel Castro and Justin Trudeau side by side,
Oh, shit.
They're the same person.
Oh, shit.
shit, almost.
That
Man.
sound like some Alex Jones shit, dog.
He's responsible for turning the frogs gay.
He's right.
That's a
I
fucking
just dropped
CIA
it. I just
op,
dropped it right there.
That sounds like
Justin Trudeau is turning
Did
the
Brian
frogs
tell you
gay.
that, dog? I know Brian did tell you that.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Dude, I haven't listened to Alex Jones so long. Is he is he still alive?
Yeah, he's on
It's on
InfoWars.
InfoWars. You got to go on his website.
Man,
I haven't listened to him.
They
in a long
shut that
time.
man up.
I only listened to the 5-hour episodes on Rogan.
Dude, I
Yeah.
think he's a show.
Listen to me.
Or
fucking
band.video.
retarded.
Listen, you know he talks about getting caught in the redwood forest whenever he filmed Bohemian Grove, right? Mm-hmm. Like they
I
caught
heard
him
the story.
and they let him go.
Yep.
Him and another guy, right?
Yeah, that's not a little fishy.
Are you calling him a shill?
You think they just would have?
I think people in high
I
places
think
were
they
holding
would've.
certain doors open for him to
I'm
walk
just
out.
asking.
bro. I don't know. You think
get
they
what
just?
you know what I'm saying? Right.
They were. They said that he admits that somebody had to have.
Hey, you know what was a good interview with him? Him and T.I. They had a pretty good interview, believe it or not. That was pretty good.
Who's T.I.?
Tip.
Tip, dog? What?
T.I. the rapper.
Oh. Who's that?
You know the guy that can never put his hats on right?
Oh, that dude. You're right.
Bro, that sounds like an old fucking white man fucking comment right there, bro. You know that dude that can't put his hat on right and his pants up? Jesus Christ, Austin.
Wear a belt.
Bro, don't talk shit about Tip like that.
Here, you
dude.
want to borrow some of my suspenders?
I don't mind it. Just put it on a little better. It's like almost gonna fall off.
Oh,
every
that's
time
white
he's talking.
superiority right there.
Yeah,
Okay,
bro.
I'm a Nazi. Sorry,
Fuck,
guys.
dude. Shit, that's funny.
no.
I wonder if he still wears his hat like that. I don't know.
Probably.
I think
He was
that.
just. I just watched an interview with him. He was talking about Iggy Azalea, and his beanie was like barely on top of his
It's
head.
like a fucking.
If he would have
Like a
turned too
diaphragm.
fast, it would have fell off.
Oh shit. Damn, dog. Maybe he's
But,
maybe he's Jewish, dude. Maybe it's a fucking beanie yarmulke.
What?
Hey.
Shit.
What are you pointing at me for, dog?
Sorry, all I can think about is that
Spider-Man meme?
the Rothschilds are Jewish.
No, what?
The Rothschilds.
They're Jewish.
What about it?
They're Jewish.
No, that's cool. It's random. But
I don't know. I don't even know what we're talking about. But
talking about Tip, dog. T.I.
oh yeah, in his interview with Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Are we ever gonna go into that? World War II, Hitler.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Maybe next week I'm actually not gonna be on the show. I'm going on vacation.
Yeah. So
That should be
might just be us three guys.
Yeah.
We'll hold it down.
Claude might be back. We'll have to talk to him.
Thank God. Actually, Justin's actually fired. So
Thank God.
get out of here.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
You guys gonna eat bugs or what? You guys gonna eat cicadas or what?
I don't know what that means.
You fucked up.
What do you mean?
I'm here keeping David in check. He's gonna make you do some weird Howard Stern type shit,
Oh, yeah, we ain't doing that, dog.
Dude, look
like
at the
like
old...
pouring chocolate milk at your butt.
Hell nah, dude.
Justin, I didn't sign up.
You
for
start
this
making
shit.
me eat bugs, dog. I'm gonna take down that forward control over
Fear
there.
factor.
I'm
You
gonna
gotta
fly into a wall.
you gotta
dog.
get a donkey dick
just
in order
unplug
to
me.
get out.
Yeah. Wow. That's fucked up. That thing runs on batteries?
Yeah.
Really?
What do you think it runs off of?
Yeah, it's a Tesla battery in there.
Come on, bud.
Why do you think he's so
I thought I seen a long wire out there.
Yeah.
hard on fucking?
I thought you
So
had a
fucking
hamster
kept the
in there that was in
kept
like
the
a
old
wheel or
school
something.
stuff.
No, bro. Why do you think he's so hard on Elon's dick? Tesla battery in that
dude.
bitch.
You're fucking sponsored.
Still
I bet you
can't get
there's a
500
Tesla
miles,
logo.
though.
No
on
wonder
that
why
bad
it's so
boy.
fucking hot in here all the time.
That battery was probably mined out in
We all have
Nicaragua.
cancer now. Jesus Christ.
There's like
Because of
4 of them.
radiation.
Yeah, I've just been standing next to a 5G tower.
It's equivalent to Chernobyl.
It was
It's
Elon's
military.
plan. He's the plan.
Look at all this
Kill us
technology you got
before
around
we
you.
even get
fuck!
started.
I thought it was Gabriel the whole time because he's an asshole. It's actually David.
What? What?
The interference.
Oh. Wow.
No, that you were the plant, but it's actually David.
Yeah, I'm not the plant.
It's just the
hey,
chair.
hold on. What?
It's
You,
David.
you always thought I was the plant?
I thought you were the plant.
What an asshole.
It's like Clue. It's gonna be David with the chair
In the game room.
in the game room.
Wow.
Isn't Monster Jam coming to Kansas City soon?
Yeah.
Speaking of getting ran over.
Yeah.
He would bring up Monster Jam.
It's gonna be at Arrowhead.
You look like your whole town watches
Hell yeah,
Monster
brother.
Jam, bro.
Austin's gonna be there. Look at that mullet. How can he not go to Monster Jam with
Yeah,
that
bro.
mullet?
If you don't go to Monster
Beautiful
Jam
head of
with
hair.
that, and
I've
those
already-
fucking rainbow glasses. What are those ones?
At
Pit Vipers?
Arrowhead? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, those.
I have a couple pair of those.
What you do? Pit
I
Vipers.
bet you do.
You got Pit Vipers?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I don't even know.
I got them a long time ago before they got all hyped up.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not gonna
yeah.
lie.
Whatever you
Are they
poser.
white?
He's a
No,
poser.
they're. I got all black ones, and then I got like purple ones.
You're not official unless you have the white ones, bro.
I don't give
Yeah,
a fuck about no
yeah,
white
purple
ones.
ones. That was a foreshadowing, bro.
Purple pill.
Oh shit.
Are we all
shit.
synced?
Oh, shit.
Are we on the same
Synchronicity.
wavelength?
Oh,
Maybe.
shit.
I kind of feel like Voltron right now.
Are we
Okay.
about to,
Okay,
are we
am I the
about to
only one who
fuse?
knows what Voltron is?
Are we
No.
about to fuse or what?
Pokemon?
Docking?
Dogging? Like the tips?
Just the,
The tips?
you know?
Sesame Timbers. Thanks.
Oh fuck. Well,
What do you guys got planned for this weekend?
I ain't got shit planned this weekend. Why you want to know?
Changing the conversation. I don't know.
See, I got something else I need to address on this fucking show.
Go eat a steak.
Because maybe one of our listeners can help us. But
Hey, watch your words. Watch your words.
Gabe keeps trying to fuck me.
You too? I didn't know that was...
Gabe
What are you talking
wants to
about?
fuck me. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking
Dude,
about.
he's my wife. He's my work wife.
It's gross.
He just winked at me. He's not denying it.
You have any
You want
evidence?
to know what you're doing right now?
You have
You're-
any evidence?
You're acting like the CIA right now, buddy.
Penetrating.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely keeping that off the evidence list. So,
Yeah, whatever.
what wink?
The camera.
No, I
sitting
don't
right
want to
there.
fuck you, Justin. All right?
Hey, the
No.
phone's been on you the whole time.
No,
So,
leave me alone. Stop
anybody
sexual
got- hey.
harassing me.
well, hey, you got ma'am, you got anything to add before we roll out?
I thought we were
No.
about to talk what we were doing this weekend.
Let us know,
Like,
people. Hit us
Austin, what
up.
are you doing this
This is your
weekend?
time.
Nothing.
This is your time to hit us up.
Sorry,
with,
bro.
with questions and anything you want. We're yours.
Questions,
Until we pop
comments.
off and have thousands of fucking
Dude,
listeners. And
don't
then
talk
it's
like
gonna
that.
be hard.
Don't
All right?
don't
So
try
get
to
in while you
seduce-
can, guys.
Don't try to
Get in while you
seduce the
can.
listeners because I already got some of my friends saying our music sounds like 80s porn music.
Hey,
Which
bro,
you're fucking right.
What's wrong with 80s porn?
It
You're
was. We went to an 80s porn
Full
video
bush.
and
If you
took
haven't,
it with
if you
full
haven't
bush.
fucking jacked off to 80s porn, you haven't lived.
I prefer to see a coochie.
Well, you know, back in the day, it was hard, man. You got to fucking borrow all your fucking friends' dad's DVDs and shit.
Bro, you're born in like 93. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, and did we have fucking? I don't even remember.
We had 90s porn. We
My
didn't have
first
80s
phone
porn.
was like I think I was like 16. Yeah, not bad. Pretty young. You probably didn't get one until last year.
Are you
They probably
fucking
didn't
kidding
put
me?
cell phone towers where you live at until 5 years ago.
I had an older brother.
Oh.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
I had plenty of porn. He had plenty of porn, so I had plenty of porn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
VHS.
magazines.
It's probably disgusting. You know, it's the typical pages stuck together type shit.
Oh, dude, that was my first experience.
Dude,
it was on a rooftop.
It's fucked up.
you know?
You what?
Yeah.
What
it
kind of
was weird.
romantic porno fueled night did you have?
Yeah, it was weird, dude. There used to be this like roof of this garage we used to all get on, all the guys from the neighborhood, and we just look at a magazine. Like it was all
Dude, that sounds.
fucking
See,
80s porn.
We had the red tape.
can somebody help?
Nah, we were
Gabe?
just looking at it. We weren't doing anything. We are just fucking chilling, looking at it.
Why
going,
in the closet? It's Pride Month, bro. You can come out.
Nah, dude.
Yeah, we'll accept you. Rainbow pill phenomena.
Spin off.
What an asshole.
No, I'm not mad at you for it.
What was your first time?
What was my first
Yeah,
time?
top that story, bitch.
Dude, I don't even know.
Fucking rooftop.
I think it was.
sunset.
I think it was over at one of my friend's house, and like stole a Playboy from his brother. It wasn't anything special.
An older
we
version
we
or a
all
new
can't have a romantic comedy style fucking porno experience. Okay,
I don't know. It's probably in a movie or something. To be honest,
Just
with
because
you.
there was a sunset doesn't make it romantic.
be real.
fuzzy Cinemax. Late at night.
Ooh, channel 13, 14,
Dude,
whatever it
for
was.
sure.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah,
you
yeah.
had that shit on the recall on your
dude, we-
button
bro,
on your remote,
yeah.
didn't you?
Bro.
Hey, you made sure you had Nickelodeon on the other channel. Ain't it? That way you just fucking
already know,
you hit that
bro.
recall button, bro.
already know.
Bro, flip back and forth.
Yep.
Mom comes in like, oh shit.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's funny.
Got Hey Arnold
Oh,
and
dude,
fucking.
that porno sucked back then.
The
bro.
worst.
Well, yeah, you literally couldn't see
Jesus
anything.
Christ.
Of course, it sucked. What the fuck?
No, there was
And-
always
and-
some.
and
There was
then
some
you get
long
old
ass
enough-
story. You couldn't even fast forward.
And then you get old enough.
Fuck.
Yeah, this was before TiVo.
And who the fuck's TiVo in porn, bro?
There's
Oh,
a lot
fucking
of
real
people.
psycho if
There's
you
a
TiVo
lot
in
of people
porn.
fucking TiVo in porn.
A real psycho.
It's a real problem. The CIA is probably behind that too.
Damn, bro. Max at night, bro. It'd be Bad Boys 2, and then all of a sudden, fucking Big Booty Seduction and shit. Come
The
on.
fuck?
Oh, shit.
What are you doing this weekend, Austin?
I
Yeah,
might
bro,
be
why
going
you
to the
change the
lake.
subject on me, bro?
I don't know.
Because,
I didn't even get Austin's fucking story or David's fucking story. Damn, dude.
dude, this dude's been on a ship with 4,000 other dudes. And you think he doesn't have some weird shit to say? I don't even want to hear it.
This is exactly why I want to dive into it. Austin, he just set you up for fucking one of the greatest jerk off stories in the history of P3. Fucking let us know, bro.
Dutch Rudder?
Tell us.
My jerk off story
Yeah.
or someone else's jerk off story?
Well, maybe not jerk off story. Maybe your first time.
Wait. You were
Diving into the
jerking
porn
off on a
scene.
roof to fucking there?
My first time.
Hey,
You
hey.
were just looking at porn.
Bro, we all look different directions. Sorry.
Oh my god! I told you. We're clipping this bitch out, but I told you guys. This man needs help. Alyssa, help your brother.
Oh my god, that was fucking hilarious. No, we were not jerking off, bro.
Dude, you're fucking lying. Austin, tell us
We
your
were
jerk
fucking
off story.
kids, bro. We
Like
probably didn't
back
even
to
know
back.
what jerking off was.
I think my first time was with my cousins, and we went into their parents' bedroom, and they had
Okay,
fucking
this has been
magazines.
P3. Thanks for listening this week. Holy shit.
That was my first time.
What the fuck has happened to this show has gone completely off the rails, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh shit, that's fucking hilarious.
So you guys like back to back?
Bro, how did we go from Gary Webb offing himself to this?
Bro, it's just
Oh shit, fucking porn stories. That's hilarious.
horrible.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Whoever's listening
All right,
to us
well-
going, what the fuck did I do with the last hour and a half of my life?
I think I need to take a potty break, so.
Potty
Are
break.
we finishing this up?
I don't know. You guys want to wrap this one up? How long have we been recording now?
I don't know. Almost a couple hours.
Oh. Anybody got any input
Yeah,
or
David's
anything
like,
to
dude,
ask?
let me tell my fucking story now. Fuck. So I can
Dude.
talk.
There's no
Hey.
bad dog.
Justin's like, don't tell him the story because I was there.
No, dude.
Me and Gabe were sitting on a roof.
was facing north. He was facing south.
Oh,
All right. I'm sorry.
I don't got shit.
God, we're fucking children. No one's gonna take us seriously.
yeah. Well, good thing we started out with our Iran Contra. Anybody got anything else to say about Iran Contra before I piss on myself?
I'm about to piss myself too. So.
All right. I'm sorry.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Reminder: go ahead and like and subscribe to us. Facebook, Instagram.
It goes a long way, people. Thanks for the reviews.
Yes,
Thanks,
thank you.
Wilson and Steven.
We appreciate you all.
We still think you're nerds,
Help those algorithms out.
but we love you guys.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Till next time.
There you go.
Purple
P3.
pill.
We're out.
Love you.